Hello everyone, and welcome to my Iconic Goodbyes channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sharon and Phyllis are rescued in the nick of time, and Tracy reads Alan's phone. Today on The Young and the Restless, Phyllis and Sharon battle for their lives, Billy and Nick defy Chance's orders, and Tracy is perplexed by what she sees on Alan's phone. In Havenhurst, Phyllis and Sharon argue how to find the camera without calling notice. Sharon believes they should just do it out in the open. Allow him to confront them, regardless of whether they can see them destroying the camera. Phyllis likes this concept. They'll challenge them to go in there. Sharon claims it would allow them to get out of there. Phyllis suggests they go one step farther. Let's trash the place. That'll definitely get him down there. Sharon nods at the advice that they need to get some aggression out of their system. She walks over and clears a table before asking Phyllis, "What are you waiting for?" In Nick's car, he urges Billy to call Summer. Billy sees himself and Nick working together to solve the mystery of Sharon and Phyllis's abduction. Nick wraps up his call to Summer as Billy's reverie comes to an end. He believes Summer sounds worried. They explain that life has been a misery for months. First it was Ian and Jordan, and now there's another madman. Nick just hopes they arrive in time. They agree that they will not let Chance chase them away. Nick can't comprehend why someone would kidnap Sharon and Phyllis without demanding a ransom. The conversation shifts to a phone message. Will Phyllis and Sharon or themselves bear the cost of their rescue? What does it mean that he is taking them directly to them? Nick has no idea, but something tells him they'll get an answer very soon. Chance is irritated by Billy and Nick's entrance at Havenhurst, and he swears to summon the Newman security squad to their aid. Billy wants to know why they aren't breaking down the door. Chance says they are waiting for the landlord to arrive and let them in. They are also waiting for a search warrant. Nick and Billy were unimpressed. They don't know what's going on inside. These women have gone through hell over the last 6 months. Chance is instructing them not to enter. This might be a trap. This is a police problem, thus they will follow police protocols. Chance receives an SMS indicating that the search warrant has been approved. He insisted that they wait for the landlord to unlock the door. Billy and Nick paced impatiently. Phyllis and Sharon trash the joint. Inside, Phyllis and Sharon take great pleasure in ruining the place, tearing up pillows and shattering lights. Sharon screams about Ian Ward, while Phyllis rants about Jordan, the devil's bride. Sharon yells that she drugged her and dumped her in the sewer. Phyllis complains that she ran her off the road. Sharon cries, "This one is for poisoning my medication and driving me insane. I wasn't sure what I was doing. This is in memory of Heather's death, as well as my blaming Daniel for causing you and your family so much misery." She topples the bookcase. Sharon apologizes to Phyllis for what transpired. Phyllis says they don't have to go there anymore. It's a good thing she was trapped with her. Sharon claims they've spent a lot of time there reflecting about the consequences of their hatred. Phyllis agrees. It took being confronted with their entire history to make them realize. She muses, "I've heard of tough love, but this is kind of ridiculous." They decide to continue. Sharon wonders whether they are watching or listening. Phyllis yells that this is no longer a game and they would not go down without a fight. Sharon joins in, they must do this for their family. They reassure the sicko that they are not done. They have families to care for. They go through their children and then get to Nick. Awkward laughter ensues. Phyllis responds, "Cassidy first." Sharon nods, "And your new job?" They ask the voice what he plans to do now. It's his time to question what's going on. "There is no stopping us." "You tried." Phyllis yells. Billy and Nick are impatient. Outside, Nick attempts to clean the glass door so he can see inside. He and Billy complain about how long the landlord is taking. Chance understands their concern, but he does not want the perpetrator to escape on a legal technicality. Billy yells about letting the women perish inside while they discuss. Just then, the landlord arrives with a ring of keys and asks what they want him to do. Billy demands, "Open the blasted door." Chance adds, "Wait a minute," and asks the man whether anyone has recently contacted him about this location. The landlord shook his head. The structure has been vacant for several years. They try the key and discover the locks have been changed. Nick informs the guy that they are going to break down the door. "You have an issue with that?" Inside, Phyllis and Sharon laugh about their filthy room. "Junkyard chic," Sharon quips. Phyllis tells her she is genuinely funny. They only realized it after they were in the hellhole. Sharon inquires, "What happens now?" Phyllis holds up the camera. "The voice can't see us, so I assume the voice will be upset." She anticipates a visit soon. Sharon believes this will give them the upper hand. However, she warns that they will most likely arrive armed. Phyllis believes they need to find something to protect themselves with. Phyllis grabs a plastic object, and Sharon discovers a thermos. They turn off the lights and stand by the door to wait. Outside, Chance tells Billy and Nick that the door is made of shatterproof glass. He jimmies the latch and stops Nick from entering. The officers have to go first. They do, and Billy and Nick follow them into the darkness. A deadly new problem. In their chamber, Phyllis and Sharon hear a door close far away. One of the burner phones receives a notification. It is another riddle. It's not very sportsmanlike, women. You lose. Sharon interprets that as a death threat. Phyllis is certain he is coming for them. They resume their place at the entryway. Phyllis reminds Sharon that they are badasses after all they have done to defend their families. Sharon nods, "We're survivors." Phyllis offers her hand. "We've got this." Suddenly, they hear a hissing noise as the song resumes playing over the speaker. Sharon wonders, "What is that?" Phyllis replies, "Oh my God." Sharon wonders, "Where is it coming from?" "It's gas." They begin looking, and Phyllis discovers the source, but she is unable to turn it off. Choking, she grabs a cloth Sharon hands her to try to plug it. Outside, Chance and the others are approaching the door. They hear music. Nick admits he knows they're in there and calls Sharon's name. In the room, Phyllis is unable to turn off the gas. She shouts to the voice that he will not win. As Sharon tosses her another sheet, Chance yells out from outside the door. Sharon tells Phyllis, "I heard someone." Phyllis fears that they don't have much time. Sharon advises her to move away from the gas pipe. She will pass out if she does not move. Outside the door, Billy notes that none of the other rooms were locked. They begin trying the door. The rescue. Sharon notices the door handle sliding and grabs her thermos as Phyllis passes out. Sharon raises the thermos above her head and awaits. Phyllis starts coughing, and Sharon advises her to cover her mouth and nose. Nick suddenly shouts at her. Sharon responds to him. Billy asks if Phyllis is with her. She claims she is, but she isn't doing well. They should hurry. They yell for the women to back up so they can shoot off the lock. Sharon yells that they can't because it will trigger an explosion. Nick says, "Okay, then back up." Then he kicks the door in. The men rush in, and Nick grabs Sharon. Billy rushes up to Phyllis and holds her, saying, "I've been looking for you." He encourages her to stay with him. "I've got you." They agree they need to get out of there. Who is the sicko? Later, at the ranch, Chance informs Billy and Nick that Sharon and Phyllis, who are sitting on the sofa, should visit the hospital for a checkup. Nick agrees, but the EMTs examined them and said they could return home. Billy claims they simply want to be somewhere familiar. Nick asks if he has anything new. Chance shook his head. His guess is that this individual did not leave much of a trace. The gas was meticulously planned and set to activate when triggered. It's diabolical. This was not a haphazard kidnapping, but rather the result of careful planning. They can't figure out who would do this or why. Nick asks the women how they ended up at the clinic. Phyllis and Sharon reveal that they were drugged and sent there separately. They awoke together and assumed it was a joke. Phyllis guesses they believed she had taken Sharon out. She gave them enough reason to believe that. She's convinced the psychopath was hoping people would think that way. They're not sure who the maniac is, but he spoke to them in a distorted voice. They ask if Jordan or Ian are still alive. Chance verifies they aren't. They understand it's someone else. Phyllis describes Jordan and Ian as typical psychopaths, implying that they are sick individuals. It was as if they enjoyed watching others suffer. They enjoyed the game for their own enjoyment. The game of cat and mouse finishes when the mouse dies. Chance believes they are all wondering who this individual is. They've got no idea. Phyllis claims they always spoke in a distorted voice while playing games with them. Billy asks about the games. Sharon and Phyllis inform them about the riddles. The individual knew a lot about them. Phyllis claims she initially mistook him for someone attempting to mediate their relationship. Nick promises he did not drug or kidnap them. Phyllis claims she only thought it for a second. Billy wonders what occurred after they solved the puzzles. Phyllis claims they were promised their freedom. Sharon claims it was lies that led to them needing to rescue each other's life. Phyllis explains that they were poisoned. They were being monitored like rats in a laboratory, someone's experiment. Billy and Nick reveal that the guy led them directly to them, again using riddles. Sharon believes their ultimate goal was to get them almost rescued before dying from the gas. Phyllis calls it sick. Chance says it is over. Phyllis and Sharon are not convinced. Whoever it is, they are still out there. They need to discover them before striking again. A disturbing discovery. Tracy pours champagne at their suite, located across town. She frowns when she hears Alan's phone go off again. Will it not stop? Grabbing his phone, she reads the notification, which says, "Security breach at the clinic. Precautions have been implemented." Next on The Young and the Restless, Alan discovers Tracy holding the phone and questions her. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 17th, Martin caught Tracy snooping and demands answers. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 17th, suggest that an enraged Martin Lawson alias Alan Lawson will discover Tracy Abbott snooping and demand answers. Some serious drama is going to explode in Alan and Tracy's suite, so let's chat about the stressful situations that await. Tracy takes up Alan's phone on Friday's episode to see what all the excitement is about, as he has been receiving a deluge of alerts. It's more about curiosity than lack of trust, because Tracy has no reason to suspect Alan, at least not yet. However, Tracy's recent finding has the potential to change that. Tracy will undoubtedly have concerns after seeing a notice regarding a clinic security breach and the steps that have been taken. Unfortunately, Alan will have his own questions when he walks around the corner on Monday's episode of YNR and sees Tracy holding his phone. Martin's tone will shift from cheery to chilling in an instant when he questions Tracy about what she is doing. Tracy may say that she was simply checking Alan's messages to see if he had missed anything essential. It's easy to envision Alan lashing out at Tracy and accusing her of being an untrustworthy partner. Nonetheless, Tracy may press Alan to explain the significance of all this clinic security breach information. Tracy will not understand, but Alan may explain that he works for a clinic and has been consulting on some cases. Perhaps Alan will pretend that his phone is just linked to get notifications and ignore everything else. Unfortunately, Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers' rescue news may disrupt Martin's preparations. Tracy will undoubtedly become concerned once she learns that Phyllis and Sharon have been discovered at Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic. Tracy may begin to question whether Alan is connected to what happened to Sharon and Phyllis. Unfortunately, YNR fans know that Alan alias Martin is the mastermind behind the sadistic game Sharon and Phyllis were forced to play. That isn't even the worst part, since Tracy appears to have been tricked into believing Martin the sociopath is his twin brother Alan. Tracy will face a double blow when she discovers Alan is Martin and has been spreading mayhem. On another note, Damian Kane will quiz Nate Hastings regarding Amy Lewis' admission to a Chicago hospital. Although Damien will appear frightened, Nate may insist on an experimental treatment plan that could benefit Amy. Amy might need to get started right immediately because her condition is critical. Nate may make a prediction about Amy receiving extra time, which might obviously be a great thing for her chance to reconnect with Damien. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Nate will do whatever it takes to keep Amy alive for as long as possible, which Damien should appreciate. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Martin kidnaps Tracy next and refuses to let his romantic bubble burst. According to the Young and the Restless teasers, Martin Loran alias Alan Loran may kidnap Tracy Abbott next. Martin may refuse to let his romantic bubble shatter, so let's discuss how things could turn out. At this time, it's clear that Alan is his twin brother, Martin. Martin was a vicious sociopath who pushed Alan over the balcony edge during their confrontation in France, as YNR fans will know. Despite the fact that Alan was thought to have survived the fall, Martin appears to be the twin who emerged alive. Martin deceives Tracy into believing he is the man of her dreams by playing the role of Alan. Martin, on the other hand, appears to sincerely care for Tracy and is unlikely to let her go. Viewers heard Martin's statement on how Tracy helped him become a better man, so he may have convinced himself that he is worthy of someone like her. Perhaps Martin believes that getting Tracy to fall for him proves that he is not the monster everyone thought he was. If Martin loses Tracy now, his illusion will be shattered. Martin is content to continue playing the role of polite, average Alan, but he hasn't changed much since directing Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers' kidnapping drama. Unfortunately, Martin may kidnap someone else before his plot ends. Will Tracy become Martin's next abductee and end up in a perilous situation? When Martin notices Tracy with his phone in her hands, there will be trouble. Tracy may query Alan about the clinic security breach texts he has been receiving, wondering what is going on. Of course, Sharon and Phyllis's discovery at Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic will be big news in Genoa City. Tracy may figure out that Alan was behind that terrifying game and eventually get him to acknowledge he's Martin. This could escalate to Martin holding Tracy captive somewhere else and threatening to kill them both. Martin emphasized that he couldn't envision his life without Tracy, so YNR may take a till death do us part approach now that he's been making all these lofty predictions about their marriage. Tracy may find herself in serious need of a rescue, so stay tuned for updates on all of the twists and turns ahead. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Tracy may be the next hostage character forced to struggle for survival. The Young and the Restless spoilers, is Billy Flynn's character Summer's new love interest? According to spoilers for the Young and the Restless, Billy Flynn is moving from Salem to Genoa City. The character's identity and information are being kept under wraps, although he should appear later this spring. So, let's start guessing about what Flynn's character might do on the CBS serial series. Billy Flynn's big move fans were shocked earlier this week when it was reported that Flynn was quitting Days of Our Lives. The actor had recently marked 10 years on the show as Chad DiMera. So it was definitely a stunner. Then, fans learned that the soap star was relocating from Salem to Genoa City. As a fan of both soaps, I'm sad to see Chad leave, but I'm really happy to see Billy on YNR. Kyle Abbott's romance. Considering how Billy's persona might shake up GC, it's evident that Summer Newman requires a new love interest. Summer is divorced from Kyle Abbott but can't get over her affections for him. Summer continues interrupting Kyle and Claire Grace Newman's dates. Summer also finds any opportunity to spend time with Kyle, even if it is only talking about Harrison Abbott. Kyle has already tried to set boundaries with Summer. He appears to be becoming increasingly agitated by his ex-wife's actions. Summer is starting to act like Phyllis Summers when she pines for a man. By the end of it all, Summer might have successfully broken up Kyle and Claire. However, Summer may not get the man she wants. So she'll be single again. Chancellor's failed relationship. However, Summer has previously attempted a romance with Chancellor, which appears to be going nowhere. She is also a Newman, which severely limits her dating opportunities in GC. So, a new face would be perfect for an interesting plot. Fans have become bored of the same romances and love triangles. According to spoilers from The Young and the Restless, Flynn's character name has yet to be revealed. However, it will be intriguing to see if he has any existing connections in town. Nonetheless, Flynn and Lanier appear to be a solid match. It would be intriguing to watch how Flynn's character interacts with Victor Newman, Phyllis, and the other people in Summer's life. Victor is not easy to explain. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.